Absolutely confirmed. Spurs make direct contact for Man City star Omar Marmoush, player open to January exit as agents alert Tottenham. Welcome back to Tottenham News Today channel. Tottenham are preparing of the most eye-catching moves of the January window, with Omar Marmoush now firmly emerging as a serious target. According to TEAMtalk, Spurs are ready to accelerate if the right signal comes from the players' camp, with the Egyptian forward increasingly open to a change of scenery in search of minutes and a leading role. Behind the scenes at Manchester City, the picture appears very different from the public messaging. While City have insisted there is no intention to let Marmoush go during a crucial phase of the title race, the internal dynamics tell another story. The rapid and convincing impact made by Antoine Semenyo has pushed Marmoush further down the pecking order, and the 25-year-old is acutely aware that regular opportunities at the Etihad look increasingly unlikely in the short term. Spurs have been alerted by intermediaries that Marmoush would seriously consider a January move if it guarantees consistent game time and a central role in the project. Tottenham see this as a rare market opportunity. A proven Premier League-level attacker, frustrated, ambitious and potentially attainable under the right conditions. Competition exists. Aston Villa have made their interest clear, while Galatasaray have explored a loan route. However, Marmoush's priority is to remain in England, a stance that significantly boosts Tottenham's position. As seen recently with Conor Gallagher, Spurs believe their financial muscle and ability to offer a defined sporting project can prove decisive if the player gives his approval. From a tactical standpoint, the appeal is obvious. Marmoush can operate centrally or from the flanks, brings pace, direct running and goal threat, and offers a different profile to Tottenham's current attacking options. Spurs recruitment staff view him as a player capable of making an immediate impact, particularly in the second half of the season where goals and intensity have been lacking. Structurally, a loan with an option to buy is currently viewed as the most realistic pathway, allowing Tottenham to minimise risk while assessing long-term fit. That said, the club are not ruling out a permanent deal if negotiations open the door, with figures around £45 million believed to be the benchmark for a full transfer. With Egypt now out of AFCON, Marmoush has returned to England, and clarity is expected quickly. One thing is clear inside North London: if Marmoush gives the green light, Tottenham are ready to move fast and aggressively. Just like Gallagher, hesitation will not be part of the plan. Tottenham's hierarchy are no longer hiding their impatience. According to reports from Spain, Spurs have already opened advanced conversations with Xabi Alonso, identifying the former Real Madrid boss as a leading candidate to take charge if or when Frank's tenure collapses completely. Sources close to the situation claim Tottenham have moved at lightning speed after Alonso unexpectedly became available, viewing him as a rare opportunity too big to ignore. The Danish coach's project, once sold as a fresh rebuild, is now being privately described as directionless, fragile, and lacking identity. Results have dipped, performances have flatlined, and patience inside the boardroom has evaporated. Frank now faces what many at the club see as a do-or-die showdown against West Ham. This is not just about 3 points. Spurs want authority, clarity and conviction on the pitch. Anything less than a convincing win could seal his fate. Failure to deliver this weekend will trigger immediate change. Xabi Alonso's name has surged to the top of Tottenham's internal shortlist. Despite a difficult and short-lived spell in Madrid, Spurs executives remain convinced his footballing philosophy, elite pedigree and tactical intelligence make him a perfect fit for a squad crying out for structure and leadership. His reputation, they insist, has not been damaged. On the contrary, many see his Madrid stint as a harsh lesson rather than a true reflection of his ability. There is said to be strong alignment at board level that Alonso represents the kind of high-caliber appointment Tottenham have failed to land in recent years. The club want a manager who can command respect instantly, stabilise a fractured dressing room, and restore belief among supporters who have grown increasingly restless. Talks are believed to be progressing quietly but positively. Tottenham are understood to be discussing long-term vision, squad control, and authority, key issues that have undermined previous regimes. Alonso, for his part, is reportedly intrigued by the prospect of leading a Premier League giant desperate for direction and ambition. For Thomas Frank, the warning signs could not be clearer. The West Ham match is no longer just another fixture. It is a final audition, played under the shadow of a manager Spurs believe could redefine their future. One poor result may be all it takes for the trigger to be pulled. Spurs' recruitment department are sharpening their focus on a high-profile attacking solution, and the name now generating serious noise across Europe is Jonathan David. Reports from Italy and England suggest Spurs have identified the Juventus forward as a near-perfect fit to transform their misfiring front line and are preparing to seriously test Juventus's resolve with heavyweight inquiries. Tottenham's hierarchy are increasingly concerned by the lack of cutting edge in attack, with neither Richarlison nor Randal Kolo Muani delivering the ruthless consistency required at the top level. Internally, there is a growing belief that Spurs need a striker with proven intelligence, movement and composure, and David ticks every box. The Canada international is entering what many view as his prime years. Since arriving in Turin, he has been used regularly, registering 5 goals and 3 assists in 26 appearances across competitions. While those numbers may not scream headline-grabbing dominance, Spurs analysts reportedly value his tactical discipline, link-up play and ability to operate under pressure, qualities Thomas Frank is desperate to inject into his attacking structure. Spurs majority owners, ENIC, are understood to be ready to back decisive action in the market. After a season marked by frustration and inconsistency, there is recognition at board level that Tottenham requires genuine firepower if Spurs are to salvage momentum and remain competitive domestically and in Europe. The Lilywhites have kept close tabs on David since his move to Juventus last summer, and inquiries were previously made alongside Bayern Munich to explore the framework of a potential deal. Those checks have now intensified, with sources indicating Spurs have stepped up contact to understand whether Juventus's stance could soften under the right conditions. Competition is building. Newcastle United and West Ham are also believed to be tracking David's situation, aware that a forward with Premier League ambitions could be tempted if the door opens. And crucially for Spurs, David himself has long made it known behind the scenes that playing in the Premier League is a personal ambition, adding fuel to the speculation. However, Juventus remain publicly defiant. The Serie A giants currently see David as a central pillar of their long-term project and are pushing hard for Champions League qualification. Selling a starting forward mid-season is not part of their plan, and their message so far has been firm: not for sale. Despite that stance, Tottenham believe elite clubs are tested by elite offers. With uncertainty surrounding parts of Spurs' squad beyond this season, there is a sense that bold moves now could reshape the project quickly. Whether Juventus' resistance can withstand sustained pressure remains to be seen, but Tottenham are clearly positioning themselves, ready to strike if the situation shifts even slightly. That wraps up today's update. If you like this video and want to keep up with all the latest Tottenham news, be sure to subscribe and enable notifications so you don't miss any updates. Remember to leave a like and share this video with fellow Spurs supporters. Together we can continue growing the Tottenham News Today community. Thanks for tuning in, and as always, come on you Spurs!